Enjoy that. Hi, everybody. I'm with Marquette. How are you today?
I am great. Thanks. How are you?
Great. And I know you are running for U.S. Congress, CD 22. And there are people that want to ask you a lot of questions. They've been sending them to me or texting me. And I think there's some important things that you learned on the campaign trail. What is a unique quality that you bring to the table that no other candidate brings to the table?
In this race, I think that it's my bipartisanship. I am Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Iowa Colony, which is a nonpartisan seat. When I look at issues, I look at the issues. I don't care about party lines. I don't care if it's a Democrat or a Republican who's arguing the point. If the point makes sense and it's going to be good for my residents, then I'm going to vote for it. I can work with anyone, and I think that bipartisanship is important for effective governance. You can't have everything going one way. You need to be able to negotiate. You need to be able to compromise. And I think that's what makes me different from my opponent.
You know, we get a lot of questions about what's the number one issue that you're hearing on the street. I mean, as you go door to door and block walking, what are you hearing from residents about what's the number one thing they care about?
I think women, it's our reproductive rights. And what that means, we're not saying you have to have an abortion. We're not saying we're trying to kill babies. We're trying to say let's protect the lives of women. Let's think about women who have been raped or molested. We should not force them to carry their abuser's child, or the mom who is carrying a fetus that's no longer viable. You would rather the mom die than to go ahead on and abort that non-viable fetus. That's what we're looking at. Women in this country are at risk of death. We have doctors who are afraid to treat them, and we have to wait until they're almost dead before they can receive medical treatment. That's not right. You can't say you're pro-life and not care about the life of the mother. So I think that's a very important issue, and it's one of the reasons I'm running. Once Roe was overturned, I realized that my daughter has fewer rights than I had when I was her age, and we just can't allow that. We have to fight back, and I'm a fighter. We have to fight back, and we have to stand for our rights, take back our rights. I think that's one of the biggest issues, especially with women. Another issue, of course, is health care. We need to stir up the Affordable Care Act and not take it away. We need to provide more subsidies. We need to, I would think we should expand Medicaid. We have people who are, I don't want to call them the working poor, but they're working, but they can't afford really good policies. So we need to provide more subsidies. We need to allow the government to negotiate drug prices like they're able to do as a result of the Inflation Reduction Act. So all of those things are important to people that I talk to. Those two things, of course, our older people, they care about Social Security, Medicare. Do not allow anybody to say that those are entitlements. They're not. If you worked, you earned it because you paid into it, and we're still paying into it. If you look at your check stub, you'll see that you're paying into Medicaid, you're paying into Social Security. So those are things that we need to protect, because these people have worked for this, and it was with the promise that once they reached a certain age that it would be there for them. So it's important for us to fight to keep it there.
Now, we have a congressman right now that's sitting in this seat, and you're running against him. There's a lot of talk about some of the votes that he took that actually hurt our district or our state. Can you tell us a little bit about his voting and his actions on policies for the state?
Yes. Well, he voted against the Inflation Reduction Act, which is what the government is using to to negotiate, or used to negotiate and get the $35 insulin cap for Medicare recipients. That's important because 1 in 3 Medicare recipients are diabetic. So this saves the government money. It saves the residents money. He voted against the infrastructure bill, and that brought millions of dollars to the state of Texas. He voted against that. He voted against the anti-price gouging bill for gas. I mean, that's something simple. But anything that appears to be bipartisan, he votes against. He only wants to vote along party lines. And you can't be an effective leader if you're not willing to work with the other side.
Well, we're here sitting in probably one of the most famous Indian Pakistani restaurants in Portland County. And hopefully you enjoyed our lunch here today.
I did.
You have your favorite meal item that you want to mention?
The lollipop chicken. The okra was good. It's just like our smothered okra in Louisiana. And the goat chops. They were good too. So, see, I'm taking food home. I'll give some to my husband, not much. But we're going to share so he can have it because the food was very good.
Thank you, Marquette Scott Green. We love your enthusiasm and your fight. You're never going to give up on us.
No, I'm not.
Thank you again.
Thank you.